Hey everyone, Marshall here, as always. Today, we have a special guest here with us to share his own thoughts and opinions on our Asgeir. He also happens to be a knife maker himself and specializes in machining and tool and die making. So we're excited to have him here and can't wait to hear what he has to say. We'd also like to do a quick shout out to our subscriber, Sean Redden, who was Legion Steel's very first order. And not only that, but he was also super smart about it and placed his full pre-order just as the Asgeir reveal video started. And that was before we even gave out the link in the video. Due to Sean's sheer determination to get his Asgeir, we're going to reward him with a lifetime discount code, which will be good for any of our future knives and other gear we have in stock. Sean, make sure you reach out to us via email, support@legionsteelknives.com, so we can issue you your very own lifetime discount code. To everyone else, don't worry. We'll be continuing to give out special discounts and codes in the near future to our loyal viewers and customers. Just make sure that you are subscribed and follow along with us so you don't miss out on your chance. We'll be announcing our special promotions in later videos. Now, enough of hearing me talk. It's time for the interview. So stick around and let's cut right to it. So, as I mentioned, we have someone important with us today to give their opinion on the Asgeir. Let me introduce you to Jason Reynolds.
Hello.
How are you today?
Doing pretty well, Marshall. I've been in the desert now 5 years, and I'm still not used to being this hot. But other than that, pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, here in the California desert, it is hot or cold. We only have two seasons, summer and winter, and neither are fun. So, tell us what you do for a living and how long you've been making knives.
I've been in the machine trade nearly 37 years. Uh, I've been a machinist, tool and die and mold maker. I'm primarily a manual machinist, but I do have a degree in CNC technology, and my current work has me doing that most of the time.
So, I know you've worked at a lot of different shops out there doing different things. What are some of the things you've worked on, places you've worked?
One of my favorite places was a small division of South Bend Lathe. Um, it was called Schaefer Gear Works. And another, I spent 3 months working in a small shop where we built cannons.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Everything from small swivel guns, historically accurate, I might add, to even the 20, 25 pounders, Civil War cannons and Revolutionary War style cannons.
Very nice.
All of them legitimately working pieces.
Very nice. And now, as I understand it, you work for the Department of the Air Force.
I do. I'm called upon day to day to do particularly difficult repairs where a lot of other people really can't do it, but a machinist can. I also machine and manufacture pretty complex pieces that get incorporated to the military aircraft.
Now, as I understand it, you didn't always want to be in the machining and metalworking industry. You actually went to school to do something else.
I went to school at Indiana University as an undergraduate pre-medicine, but after 4.5 years of that, I decided that maybe I'd better get into a trade. My family is pretty well heavy into the metalworking, machining, and steel industry, so that seemed like a pretty natural fit. My dad was an iron worker. My uncle, who was a tool and die maker, would come over on the weekends, and he and I'd stand there side by side, working on the lathe. or working on the tractors.
So, had you been a doctor, you probably would have been using knives in a completely different way.
Yes, sir. Yeah, more than just cutting steak.
So, when did you start making knives?
Started making knives when I was 13. Of course, the first few were pretty crude, but my first one sold when I was 17, and as I acquired better equipment and got more and more practice and acquired more skill, they just kept getting better and better.
Now, you had a knife maker that played a pretty big role in getting you started with that. You want to tell us a little bit about him?
There was a knife maker locally in north central Indiana, Napanee, Amish country. He was a very good knife maker who made primarily fixed blades, and he was known to the locals to do very close and tight fit and finish. And I've tried to emulate my work ever since, based on him. His name was Robert Lutz.
Very cool. Yeah, most of us, we have the makers that inspire us, and when we're lucky, we actually get to know them, and they actually play a hand in teaching us our skills. So, what kind of knives do you make?
Being an outdoorsman, hunting, camping, fishing, I tend to make more fixed blade knives. This one in particular was made for myself in 2001, 2002 in anticipation of um, a very good elk hunt, where they have horses, canvas, um, and I've carried this one with me almost everywhere ever since. Um, in 21 years, I think I've had to sharpen it maybe 2 times. And even now, I can probably shave the hair off my arm with it.
Well, let's not do that. We don't want to leave any DNA behind here. But you also make folders here and there too, right?
I would say for every fixed blade knife, or every 10 fixed blade knives I make, I might turn out one folder, and I try to pour everything I have into them. And it almost immediately after posting it somewhere or letting somebody know that I've made a folder, it sells pretty quickly.
Yeah, I've seen them. You do really nice work, very clean grinds. You're a machinist, you're a knife maker, you're an avid user. So you can actually speak to the machining quality, the functionality, the build quality of a knife with a level of expertise based both on your trade, your experience as a knife maker, and your experiences as a user.
Oh, I would say so. I've gone to probably hundreds of knife shows, handled thousands, if not close to a million different handmade knives. Um, this one in particular, when I first picked it up, I noticed that everything was very well fit and finished. Um, these days with the modern technology, it's fairly easy to do.
But there's still a skill behind
Oh,
it.
absolutely.
I mean, I can't run a CNC machine.
Absolutely.
You obviously can, so I often pick your brain on that. Me, I would just be sitting there like staring at it like, do what you do. Do it.
I'm actually impressed that this can come out at the price point that you previously told me about.
Yeah, technology's come a long way.
Yeah.
So just so we're transparent here, you know me. We've worked together, as people could probably tell from some of our conversation here, and you have seen and handled the Asgeir before today, correct?
My first encounter with this was at the Usual Suspect Network gathering. When was it? Last week?
Last weekend in Vegas.
Yeah, last weekend in Las Vegas. And as soon as I saw this on the table, I was like, I immediately had to put my hand on it. And I knew before I even touched it, I'd probably buy one.
And we like to hear that. So tell me, what are some of the aspects of the Asgeir that stand out to you?
I personally like slimmer blades like this. This is a sheep's foot Warncliffe style blade. Overall, its construction is very slim and light. The pocket clip is nice and springy. When I tried it in my pocket, it went in and out without much resistance. Uh, the black one here shown, um, the blue highlights of the pivot screw, the pocket clip, and the backspacer just set this thing off.
Yeah, it really stands out. I do like the silver one as well, but the black just makes the color pop. It also makes the stainless pivot collar stand out very nicely.
Yeah, I'll have to have one of each eventually, as
So
long as they're available.
I really like hearing that. Everybody should buy two. You know, why break up a pair? But for the big question, which one are you more drawn to?
My everyday carry kit mostly includes black items. I carry one of your previous collaboration models in black with a black pen and a black flashlight every day. I tend to gravitate toward this black one.
Yep, I think the black one has been the most popular so far. We've gotten more pre-orders on the black one than the silver, but they're actually running pretty close. I think it just comes down to personal taste. Now, why don't you tell everyone how they can find you online, get in contact with you if they wanted to learn more about your knives?
I I do post pictures from time to time on Instagram, although it's not my favorite social media. Um, Facebook, Jason Reynolds, or at Instagram, Jason Reynolds 58. Or if you want to contact me directly, it's jerknives at hotmail.com. I'd like to hear from you either way.
Very good. So, with all your experience as a machinist and tool and die maker, your knife making, we really appreciate you coming and giving your opinion on the Asgeir. It's very insightful. You speak from a place of experience and knowledge. You know, it's very different from having somebody just off the street give an opinion. I really value everything you had to say about it. Is there anything else you just want to say about the Asgeir before we wrap this up?
I may have to have two.
Two. Well, I really like hearing that. Would you recommend this knife to other people or for any particular task, like a type of person?
I certainly would. Knowing your background and familiarization with aircraft, I can see some of the influences here. But I see this for anybody that likes sailing, does rope work, or even just everyday tasks. It seems like it's definitely up to the challenge.
Very nice. If any of you would like to inquire about having Jason make a custom knife for you, or you just want to check out his work, all of his information and contact details will be in the description box below. If anything, just stop by and let him know you saw him here on Legion Steel and tell him hello. Thank you, Jason, for taking the time out of your day and coming to join us here and share your opinions and a little bit about yourself and your trade and your knife making career. I really enjoyed talking with you. We appreciate your time and we value your knowledge.
I appreciate that, Marshall. I'm glad you could have me here, and I wish you all the best of luck in this endeavor, and hopefully to see many more knives come out under the Legion Steel banner.
All right, well, we'll probably invite you for another video in the future at some point. If you would be interested, we can have you back because this was an enjoyable video.
Gladly.
Now, for the Asgeir, we are currently in pre-sale at the moment. We've been doing well with it. We're very excited and motivated. We want all of you to get the Asgeir. So There's only 100 of each, so of course all of you can't have one. So that means you need to race on over to the website and pick one up at www.legionsteelknives.com. You'll find that in the description box below, and you can reserve yours. As always, thank you for watching. If you enjoy our content, make sure you stab that like button and subscribe to see more. Until next time, take care and stay sharp. Until next time. Until next time.
Stay sharp.
Take care.
I totally missed it.
Okay. You should grab your knife for that.
And stay sharp.
Okay.
Sorry, we're having a little fun here.
He can speak for me. I'm actually being excitable and putting inflection in my voice over here compared to normal. It's just not translating on the camera for some reason. It's like the camera steals my soul.